What's up again, guys? Brian here at 3TR, and I got another episode of The People's Questions, episode 126. For those of you that don't already know, this will officially be the last episode of The People's Questions before my big move back to Vegas. But unfortunately, we have a bit of a short episode since I only got 3 questions from one viewer of mine. But heck, I gotta take what I can get, so these 3 questions come from Ace Arcadia, who I would like to thank personally for saving this episode. And your first question is, what other game company would I like to see take over Capcom's franchise games? I think it really depends on the type of game. Like something like maybe the Street Fighter games or Marvel vs. Capcom. I really would like to see NetherRealms take over. I think if they actually had the rights to that franchise, I think we would finally get a good Mortal Kombat versus Street Fighter game, or vice versa. Maybe if Marvel can come up with some type of compromise with Warner Brothers, we can finally get a Marvel versus DC fighting game. I think that'd be pretty awesome. In terms of the Resident Evil franchise, I think EA would be a good choice for them to pick for it. I mean, they do have Dead Space, and I don't know, they're kind of superior to Resident Evil. So I think as long as they're willing to take Resident Evil back to its roots, I think they can do really good with the franchise. Any other franchises for Capcom, I'm really up to suggestions. If someone thinks that they can handle that franchise, all the power to you. Your next question is, do I plan on getting Little Big Planet 3 on the PlayStation 4? Of course, Ace. I can guarantee it. If there is a PlayStation exclusive, more than likely I'm going to get it. Just like when I officially do get an Xbox One, if there's an Xbox One exclusive in it, it's a truly standout title, most likely I will end up getting it. And your last question is there any game I feel should get the movie treatment like Ratchet and Clank? Oh yeah, there's certainly a number of games I think should get that type of treatment, and there's a good number that I don't think they should. But 3 games I think should get that treatment is obviously Jak and Daxter. If they're willing to do a Ratchet and Clank movie, it's only common sense that you would go with their counterparts in Jak and Daxter. I think that game world is probably not as interesting as Ratchet and Clank, but I certainly think that there's an audience for it, and that's definitely a great way to get kids involved and be introduced to these characters. The next game I would pick is certainly Kingdom Hearts. With Disney, with having Pixar, I don't really see why they can't make a Kingdom Hearts movie. They could easily make it. It would look absolutely phenomenal, and heck, it could like maybe lead in to the next game. Because as far as I know, I think there was a game called Kingdom Hearts 3D, and that was supposed to be the game that leads into Kingdom Hearts 3, but I really would like to see a big screen interpretation of the story. I absolutely think there's more than enough material to make a good film, and heck, this would be a great way to introduce people to the franchise. And finally, this might sound a little bit cliche, and I'm actually a bit surprised that no one's made a movie of this already, but I don't see why they haven't made a Call of Duty movie. I mean, technically, you can make any military film and slap the name Call of Duty to it, and I think that would draw in people, because I think just the name itself is attractive. So, I mean, you get all those Call of Duty fanboys and fangirls would go see the movie, and I think people who don't even play Call of Duty would know what Call of Duty is, and I think they would be a little bit intrigued. So I think Call of Duty would be the last game that should get that kind of treatment. And with that, those are all the questions that I got this episode. I'd like to thank Ace Arcadia for sending them in. So if you guys have any more questions you'd like me to answer in episode 127, please be sure to type them in the comments down below, and make sure you get them into me before next Wednesday, because this time next week I will be in Vegas, so I'll try to make it a very special episode. And if you like this episode of People's Questions, be sure to like, comment down below, and please subscribe to keep track of my future episodes of People's Questions. And like always, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.